Hello friends, welcome to the world of business studies. In the last 37 discussion, we have covered chapter number 1, that is nature and significance of management, chapter number 2, that is principles of management, chapter number 3, that is business environment, chapter number 4, that is planning, chapter number 5, that is organizing, and chapter number 6, that is staffing of NCERT. Now, in this discussion, I'll be continuing with chapter number 7 of NCERT, that is directing, in which we have covered topics like directing meaning, characteristics of directing, importance of directing, principles of direction, elements of direction, importance of supervision, interrelated terms, that is motive, motivation, and motivators, and features of motivation. Now, in this discussion, I'll be covering the topics like motivation process and importance of motivation. Now, moving to the first slide, that is motivation process. You can see the picture and see motivation process. There is firstly unsatisfied need, then arises tension, then drive, then search behavior, satisfied need, and reduction of tension. I'll be explaining you all these points one by one in detail. Now moving to the first point, that is unsatisfied need. At the first step of motivation, a person feels the need of something, or there is a feeling that he lacks something. What is unsatisfied need? When you think that you want something and you don't have that thing, your need is not satisfied. The thing what you want is not with you. There should be something unsatisfied, and as every human being, or every human being is not is human being is never satisfied with what all he have. He always have a nature of unsatisfied need, and it is very important also, because once if you feel that you have everything, you won't do anything for the future. You won't have any tension, you won't have any drive, you won't have any aim to do in the future. So it is very necessary to have an unsatisfied need in any individual. So, the first point of motivation is unsatisfied need, when you don't have everything, when you have lack something in your life and you want to achieve that. The next point is tension. What is tension now here? The person concerned get tensed at the very idea of his need not bringing satisfied. You are in a tension that what you want you don't have. You need something and you don't have, so you have a tension that how can we achieve it, what things I can do to achieve it, because I'm not a satisfied person, I'm not satisfied with what I'm having, I need something more or something extra in my life. So here the tension indicates that what extra you want to have in future course of action or future time. Then we go to the next point, that is drive. Drive signifies some sort of torment in the mind of the person concerned. At this step, the person concerned needs to be fulfilled. The fulfillment of need depends on the direction and intensity of the drive. Drive is when you have the external or internal force to achieve something, and you are motivated, you have the positive attitude towards it, that what are the basic things I need to do so that I will be able to achieve that particular thing, that unsatisfied need which I want to fulfill the for the future course of action. You have the drive, like if you lack if you want to join something, if you want to buy a car, BMW for an example, that is your unsatisfied need. Then there is a tension that how can I achieve, I want this, means I have a desire to achieve that, I need it. Drive, then you think what all I need to increase the thing, what I need to perform, how I have to save money so that I can be able to purchase that BMW in the future course of action. Drive is whatever a feeling that enthusiasts you to perform a particular task or to achieve that goal. Now moving to the next point, that is search behavior. At this step, a person tries to discover different options to fulfill his need. He puts the best option into operation. Search behavior is like you have various options. You can achieve things in a various manners, and you select the best way which you think suits you the best for satisfying you that particular need. And you, first of all, you find various things that in which manners I can be able to fulfill which uh, which manners I can be able to fulfill my needs. So you think of various points, and then you select the best point which you think suits you the best. Now the next point, that is need satisfied. If the options really happens to be correct ones, satisfied is obtained. If you think that you picked a something point and that point really works, and you'll be able to fulfill that thing, and you'll be able to achieve your need, that unsatisfied need, then you and that if that particular action is correct, then you'll be able to fulfill your need, and you'll be able to satisfy the need, and that what you have think of that you'll achieve in the future. And the last point, that is the reduction of tension. The person concerned gets this tension relieved when his need is satisfied. Once your unsatisfied need is satisfied, that person gets relief and he is now satisfied with the thing. But this is not the thing that once started and it's over. This process continues again and again, because once your one unsatisfied need is satisfied, then again you have the drive, you have again a new unsatisfied need, and the process goes on continuously for lifelong. As I have already told you that human being unsatisfied has a nature of unsatisfied. He is never satisfied with everything. He has something that for which he is always unsatisfied, and that motivates him to perform a particular task and achieve his goals. Now moving to the next slide, that is importance of motivation. These are the few importance of motivation, like improves performance level, helps to change negative attitude of employees, reduction in employees turnover, helps to reduce absenteeism in the organization, reduction of resistance to change. I'll be explaining you all these points one by one in detail. Now moving to the first point, that is improves performance level. The ability to do work and willingness to do work both affect the efficiency of a person. The ability to do work is obtained with the help of education and training, and willingness to do work is obtained with the help of motivation. Willingness is more important in comparison to ability. This is possible only through motivation. Now the next point, that is helps to change negative attitudes of employees. Some employees of an organization have a negative attitude. They always think that doing more will not bring any credit. A manager uses various techniques to change this attitude. For example, if the financial situation of such an employee is weak, he gives him rise in the remuneration, and if his financial condition is satisfactory, he motivates him by giving praising in his work. Now the next point, that is reduction in employees turnover. The reputation of an organization is affected by the employees turnover. A lot of time and money go waste in repeatedly recruiting employees and giving them education and training. Only motivation can save an organization from such a wastage. Motivated people work for a longer time in the organization, and there is a decline in the rate of turnover. Next, that is helps to reduce the absenteeism in the organization. In some of the organization, the rate of absenteeism is high. There are many causes for this: poor work condition, poor relation with colleagues and superiors, no recognition in the organization, insufficient rewards, etc. A manager removes all these deficiencies and motivates the employees. Motivated employees do not remain absent from work as the workplace becomes a source of joy for them. Next, that is reduction in resistance to change. Now change continued taking place in the organization. Normally, workers are not prepared to accept any changes in their normal routine, whereas it becomes essential to bring in some changes because of the demand of time. Employees can be made to accept such changes easily with the help of motivation. Motivated people accept these changes enthusiastically and improves their work performance. These were the all things we need to discuss in this discussion. In the next discussion, I'll be explaining you Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let us know your doubt or any specific query below in the comment section. Subscribe us and ring the bell button so that you won't miss any important update. Till then, enjoy studying business studies.